Alright, so I want to talk about a topic that I sort of briefly discussed on one of my last videos called Men Going Their Own Way, or Mgtow. I don't know if any of you have heard of it, but it's a movement that's going on that talks about basically, I'm looking at the definition on my phone right now. It's self-ownership, a statement of self-ownership, and saying that you have the right to decide what your goals in life should be. Um, you're not going to surrender your will to society's expectations of you or women's expectations of you, because both have become hostile against masculinity. And there's a second definition for this, and I'm saying them for a reason. Um, who live lives for others, who don't live lives for others, and have unapologetic lifestyles. They basically live for themselves. I think that's pretty much what the last one said. That means no kids, no wife, no problems in life. Some become Mgtows after they already had kids or been married, and they pay for their mistakes later on in life in divorce courts, because Mgtows feel betrayed, as if society and women don't give a shit about them. They only view them as expendable containers, ATM machines, or sperm donors for reproduction purposes. So as a response to toxic selfish society, they become selfish assholes who don't care about nothing but their own existence and live only for themselves. It's a pretty extreme definition, but what I gather out of that is basically saying that we're going to do our own thing, and we're going to do it the way we want to do it, and we're not going to let others tell us what is the right way to do it. It's a pretty strong statement, I'd say. Some people do want kids and some people don't. Some people want to get married and some people don't. But the fact is that marriage nowadays it's more geared towards the women, if you really think about it. It's more geared towards, it's a gamble. You're either, if it doesn't work out, the majority of the time, statistically speaking, it ends up in the woman's hands. If you guys bought a house together, or if you filed taxes together, I mean, obviously, I would assume you would do that if you were married. Then things are not going to look good for you as the guy in the situation. So Mgtows are basically saying, fuck all that shit. We're going to do our own thing. And if you don't like it, fuck you. We will not do what you are expecting us to do. And I like this. I don't like the whole entire definition. It's a pretty extreme definition, if you ask me, but I like the message that it's conveying. And I think that if more guys looked at this, if they saw this in the way where you don't have to do these things, you don't have to meet and find a girl and get married and all this stuff, because I know that a lot of guys think this. I used to think the same thing, and now, I just do my own thing. I don't, how do I put this? I don't give in to that pressure, because, I get asked all the time, like, oh, well, why aren't you married already, or why don't you have kids? You're 26, you're going to be 27, I get this a lot, and my point in saying that is that that's a really good example of what this definition is talking about. And I'm glad that I didn't fall in with the rest of the sheep, for a lack of a better term. But hold on, I'm just looking at this. There's an example here. I like this. It says, dude, why don't you have a wife? And it says, because women see you only as child support and alimony paychecks. I'm not that stupid to get married. I'm a Mgtow. I get where they're coming from with that, but going back to what I was saying earlier about you don't have to, find that girlfriend, and you don't have to find that wife or anything. Don't confuse that with not being around women at all, because I like to be around women. I like being in the company of women, and you know, I'm not I'm not steering this towards asexualism or anything like that. No, I'm just saying do my own thing. Yes, I love being around women. Yes, I like having fun and all that stuff, but I'm not going to end up at the end result that the majority expect, where it's marriage and children and, you know, committing. I know you guys have heard that before, committing into the relationship, because that was something that was thrown on me in my past relationship with this girl. So, in closing, because I don't want to stretch this video out too long, I think I even said this in my last video. Just don't fucking do what everyone wants you to do. Don't fucking listen to society. Don't do all that stupid shit. Be very fucking careful. If you don't want kids, then definitely take the extra precautions to not do it. Marriage is not the way that it used to be back in the day. It's more, because it's geared more towards women, it's, nowadays at least, it's more of a trap for men. So steer clear of that and live your own life. Done.